This is Steve with Pro Tools PC, and on this video I wanted to talk about how to identify a tempo. So a common occurrence for me is to get tracks sent from a band that they tracked, at home, somewhere else, who knows what, and they ask me to mix it. And a lot of times with that, I don't get tempos with it. For most editing purposes, everything like that, that doesn't bother me. I don't need the tempos for that. But what I do need some sort of a tempo for are delays and time-based effects and things like that. So usually I'll run through the song and kind of start throwing together a fairly quick tempo grid if all I'm needing is delays and stuff like that. So usually what I'll do after I'm comfortable with the track and kind of start messing around, editing a little bit, I'll go through and actually pick the track that I want to base the tempo on a lot of times. So in this case I'll just take the drum overhead track. So let's zoom in on that. So we can use our Win key and our Up key if we want to, and I was already selected on that track. And we can zoom in on that. And from there, we got to find the start, where we're going to start taking the tempo from. So we have to have that counted out in some way. So if we want to take the tempo from a single bar, a couple bars, whatever works best. There's no rules here. It's kind of finding what works for you. So in a lot of cases, I would find the section I want. So in this case, I'm going to take it from the very beginning of the song and just kind of play it, count it out a little bit, and figure out where I want to take the tempos from. So I would just do like a something like this. 2, 3, 4, 1. So I know my first 4 bars are going to be within this selected area here. So the first thing I'll do is I'll tighten up and get my selection set. So you can, if you're in command focus mode here, if you're in, you can zoom in and out with R and T. So I had already got the start of this set on a marker here already on the grid. So it's good. So let's fix the back end of that. So if you're already set on grid, you can use Control and Shift to let loose of the grid so you can manually manipulate it around like this. And so we have that set. And so this counts as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 again. So the other way to do that, you can do that with, is a tab to transient, assuming your source material will work with a tab to transient. So you could just, if tab to transient is turned on up here, you can hit tab, then hold down shift, and tab through to get to where you want. Tab to transient's always not going to be 100% accurate. In most cases, it's going to be pretty close though. We got our selection set where we want it for a single bar. So now we need to pull up identify beat. The shortcut for that is Control I. And we want to start this at the beginning of the song. So what I would do in this situation is just go ahead and set it as bar 1. So let's go ahead and count this out. So we have 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, and 5, 1. So in that case, we want to come down here and make this 5, 1. So this plays completely through 4, 4, and getting ready to start back on 5, 1. As soon as we hit OK on that, you can see we have marker set. We got a tempo pop up here. So in this case, it says 138.2605. Now in this case, I know they didn't record it super tight to a click, but they did slightly work with the click on it. So in this case, I might even go in and pull up my tempo operations. So that is Alt and 2 on the number pad. And under constant, I can go ahead and clean that up, and let's just try that at a solid 138. Hit apply. Oop. Sorry, I messed up. You can see here. I'll show you what I did wrong. So I undo, and I needed my marker set here exactly on the first beat where we want to start that tempo at. So in that case, I want to get the marker set back there and then go back to 0. and apply. And I had to get rid of that marker because it was still set at the 138.2. What I could have also done there, let me undo that, is I could just select through here, change that to 138, hit apply, done. So then we got the options here. You can go through and we can kind of look at the grid. So you'd want to have your grid here set on where you want it. In this case, I'm going to have mine set on eighth notes under bars and beats. And I can see pretty confidently that it's actually played pretty tight on the grid through here, through the intro section. So the rule of thumb for this to be aware of is if you're going to do this to a whole song, because you probably got, tempo changes, or if they didn't record it to a click, you might have to start kind of trying to get stuff set fairly close again. If you don't want it exact, we can go through and build a really solid beat map on there if we want to. But if you just want it close, just be sure to start at the beginning of the song and work towards the end. Don't try to jump around into different parts of the song because it will throw off your start and end markers on your grid and defeat the purpose of everything you have done. I hope this helps, and thank you for watching the video, and feel free to contact us with any questions. Thank you.